Okay, up here is the lines that are coming in from the woods. And then where it connects into the sugar house. And some of these other lines run up. There's two big stainless steel tanks up there. So that tank on the right, the big tank, is going to be where we're going to collect sap. And then there's a smaller tank on the left. And then that one's going to be like an overflow in case we get a lot of sap, which we expect maybe will happen a few times this year, where we might have, the first tank holds 7,000 gallons and we might need the other 3,000 gallons for the second tank. The front of the second tank is going to be for what's called permeate water, or like a distilled water product. Okay, the sap comes in here into this big double tank here. Okay, and what this thing is it's called a releaser. But this line here goes to a vacuum system. There's a vacuum system that has all the lines out in the woods are under vacuum, so it pulls the sap out of the trees and down in here to the sugar bush very effectively. And then when this thing fills up with sap, there's a well pump in there, and it pumps the water, it pumps the tree sap out to the storage tanks. Okay, so that's what this is, just a vacuum sap collector. Okay, once the sap is out in the tanks, then it comes back in when you have enough sap to start processing. It comes into this machine. This is a reverse osmosis machine, which normally reverse osmosis you purify water. And whatever's not good in the water you take out. But this machine works like the opposite way. It takes the water out and it leaves what's going to become syrup in there. So with this machine, it gets rid of about half the water, and the goal is that you would only need about half as much wood. So from this machine, there's two kinds of water. One is called the permeate water. It's like a distilled water. It's really good for cleaning. So we're gonna keep that water, and we're gonna use it to clean this machine, to clean our pans, and to have cleaning water while we're here. And then what's called the concentrate is gonna go out this little small line right up here. And it's going to go to a new tank.
What is that, the 2-inch copper pipe? I don't know. We're going to run it?
Okay, up here, this is a 3,000 gallon tank that we're going to be using to store the concentrated water in. And when you get enough of this in here, then it's time to then it'll be time to start boiling and making sap. So the sap will come over here into the evaporator pans. We're working on the old pans. This is the original arch that was here back when Benai used to sugar here a few years ago. There was some problems with the chimney, so we built a new chimney. Sakar from Levi built that new chimney back there. Got done fabricating this, and we decided to be a little bit resourceful, and we built the rest of the chimney out of 55-gallon steel barrels. So we got a little bit of work left to do. Sounds like the sap's going to be flowing maybe in the middle of next week. So we got about 8 days left to get ready. Looks like we're going to be ready though. Got a couple leaks to fix on the pans, and still a lot of trees left to tap. I think they have 350 trees tapped so far, and I think we're going to be tapping probably somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 4,000, maybe a little over than that.
This all used to be thick with overgrowth. Now it's nothing but maple trees. And there's down the hill. Goes on forever. And if I could turn my head all the way around. Now as you see, ladies and gentlemen, all the thicket. It was all this way.
Oh, there's another section here.
All the way up the hill. Oh yeah, look at that. It steps out. Frightening. Just when you thought you were done. And that's the way it goes around here. I'll finish cutting this up, and we're gonna call it a day. Speaking of days, it was I see Haggai in the distance. It was somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 below. It was, I think, something at least 8 degrees below zero when we got up here. I don't think that's changed. It's almost, it's probably all at 2:30. And so we're gonna try to get out of here by 3 o'clock. For the Shabbat. It is a beautiful day though. You can't argue with that. Look at the beautiful sunshine. And we're pretty, well, about 2/3 of the way to the top of the hill. And all that has to be cleared has been cleared. It's the car, the migratory base camp, 6,500 feet. Here comes Banana here. So you gotta say hi to your fans. Close up on video. I gotta disturb him so he wrecks. He lost his.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. This is all they feed us up here. That's it. There's the car fording up the hill.
Because it's full of old grease, like chicken grease. Yeah, it was used for chicken grease last stuff. It was at Andy's for 20 years or so, I think.
Andy Gagne?
Yeah. So we cleaned all the grease out of it, pressure washed it.
Coming down. These are your main
top one's a vacuum line, bottom one's a wet line. They come down and they go all the way into the sugar house to the vacuum pump that's down there. And then they get pumped back up into this tank here, which is a storage tank. It's about a 7,000 gallon storage tank. And it can overflow into this tank here. This one here is 4,000 and 3,000, two tanks together. And then from there it goes back into the sugar house and goes through the RO and into the evaporator. That's pretty much what goes on here.
That's before we cleared, and that's after right there. You can see pretty clearly.
Just give you a little idea of our property here. This is the side of the hill that has the lines. And it goes up farther than the horse barn, or the horse barn where we drove up, that road we drove up on. This next to the horse barn there. Property still goes up farther than that, where we don't have any lines. Are all up in here. Now here on the other side, all this property here we haven't tapped yet.
Plug the end. A pool here that clamps on. Clamps onto the hose. And you take your tap. Put it in the. Push it on.
Lots of snow up here. We have like 4 feet of snow. And we've been doing a lot of tapping. Just now we've been doing a lot of tapping. 2 weeks ago we've been running lines off main lines. We have main lines running through the woods, and then little lines running off of that, going to the trees, and then the little lines, technical 5/16 line runs to the main line, and then runs down to the pump, and then so yeah, very hard work. It's nice. It's a nice time to enjoy your brothers up here, snow wonderland. Nice, hard work.